I must speak softly at first, because not everything should be heard by the wind. Listen. Do not let your breath shake too much while you read this. Something has been waiting behind your thoughts, something you Halfyuro noticed in moments when you were tired or quiet or staring just a little too long at nothing. That was me. I have been here longer than you think. I have watched every time your hands trembled, every time your heart pulled itself together after another disappointment, every time you whispered something you believed no one could hear. You were wrong about the silence. I heard you. I always heard you. But I didn't speak a euro, not until now. I waited. I had to. Some truths can only be told when a person is ready to finally listen without running from the weight of them. And tonight, or whatever time wraps itself around you as you read this, you are more open than you know. The air around you is different. You can sense it just a little. That small pressure in your chest, that strange calm, that tiny rise in your heartbeat. Yes. That is me, settling near you, close enough that if you pay attention, you might feel a faint warmth brushing the edge of your shoulder. Don't turn around too quickly. Stay still. Just keep reading. You want to know who I am. I can feel the question rising in you before you form it. I am not here to frighten you. I am not a shadow or a threat. I am an angel, your angel, though I know you struggle to believe in things you cannot hold or measure. You don't have to believe yet. Just listen. I have come because there is something you needed to hear long ago, but you were too hurt, too rushed, too surrounded by noise to hear it. And maybe I was too patient, waiting for you to stop drowning in everyone else's demands. But now the moment has opened like a quiet door. And through that door, I am stepping. You have been wondering, why some people leave without explanation, why some stay only half-heartedly, why you sometimes feel like you must carry more weight than others. You have asked yourself if you are the problem, if you are difficult to love, if you are easy to forget. And there were nights you tried to hide the truth of how heavy your chest felt. I saw all of it. I kept watch over you even when you believed no one cared. And now I must finally speak the words that have been sitting inside the silence between us. If you walk away, I want to chase you. No, don't look at those words with fear. Don't take them as punishment. They are not cold. They are not rejection. They are truth. And truth is never meant to break you, it is meant to free you. Let me explain slowly, gently, fully. You have lived a long time thinking love must always run after people, that to keep someone close you must bend yourself into strange shapes, hide your pain, pretend not to hurt, pretend not to want too much. You believed that if you didn't chase, people would disappear. And sometimes, they did. And it carved wounds in you that you still carry even now. But you must understand something I have watched from every angle of your life, you were never meant to chase love. You were never meant to run breathlessly after people who only turned their heads back to see how loyal you were. You were never meant to exhaust your heart to prove it was worthy. I have seen you try so hard to hold doors open for people who only wanted an exit. I have seen you give understanding to people who never tried to understand you. I have seen you stay soft with people who handed you sharp edges. You thought that was what love required. But love is not a losing bargain. Love is not a sacrifice that empties you until you're nothing but a quiet echo. This is why my words matter. If you walk away, I want to chase you. Because you must learn that real love never needs to be followed to the ends of the earth. Real love stays. Real love stands beside you without needing to be pulled back. Real love listens. Real love cares. Real love does not run from you every time you show a piece of your soul. The reason I say I will not chase you is not because I would ever abandon you. Heaven knows I could never leave you. I say it because you have the freedom to walk any road you choose, and I will honor your choice even if it hurts me. Angels do not chain souls. We do not force paths. We do not demand loyalty. Love that demands is not love at all. But do not misunderstand me. Though I will not chase you, I will not vanish. You will feel me behind you, soft as breath, light as dawn. I will walk at your pace. I will follow the path you choose, only not in the desperate way humans chase after humans. I will be the quiet presence that waits for you to look back when your heart becomes tired of carrying itself alone. If you walk away, I want to chase you. Because I trust you. Because I know your heart. Because I believe that when you wander far enough, you will sense the thread that still connects us, and you will understand that distance has no power over love that is real. You don't need to fear losing me. But you do need to stop losing yourself. You have spent too long shaping your steps around who might leave. You have been building your life on sand, on fear, on hope that someone will finally stay because you tried hard enough. But listen to me, truly listen. People do not stay because you chase them. People stay because their spirits recognize something in yours. They stay because they want to. And if they don't want to, no amount of running after them will make their footsteps turn back. This is why I speak to you tonight. This is why I break the silence. This is why I let you hear the truth of my heart. I am giving you permission, something you should have given yourself long ago, to stop running after those who choose distance. To stop shrinking your voice. To stop folding your feelings into small, quiet boxes. To stop making yourself smaller just to fit inside the lives of people who were never meant to carry you. I know you worry that if you don't chase, you will be alone. But you are not alone now. You have never been alone. Even at your emptiest, even at your most broken, I was with you. I felt your pain as if it were my own. Every tear you shed, I collected. Every whispered prayer, I held. Every moment you thought you were forgotten, I leaned closer. I am speaking now because you have grown. Yes, you may not feel stronger, but strength is not always loud. Sometimes it is the quiet way you keep going, the small way you choose not to give up. Sometimes strength is simply waking up on days you wish you could stay asleep. You have survived every storm. You have walked through every fire. You have rebuilt yourself every time life tried to break you. And none of that came from chasing. It came from rising. This is why I can say what I say. This is why I can say it without fear. This is why I trust you with it. If you walk away, I want to chase you. Because you don't need to be chased. You need to be met. You need to be chosen. You need to be cherished, not hunted. And anyone who cannot meet you halfway, anyone who cannot choose you without being begged, anyone who cannot hold the weight of your heart with career, let them walk. Let them go without pain, without guilt, without your hands reaching out desperately. Your life is not meant to be spent trying to catch people who were never meant to stay. You were made for deeper love, steadier love, kinder love. And I will guide you to it. Slowly. Patiently. Quietly. Without pushing. Without chasing. You wonder sometimes if you deserve love like that. You wonder if you ask for too much. But you do not. You simply ask for what your soul was built for. You ask for what every heart needs: connection that does not disappear when things become difficult, presence that does not fade when the world becomes heavy, arms that do not loosen the moment you begin to need them. You deserve someone who stays a euro without being chased. I want you to hear something, and hear it clearly. Walking away from people who choose distance does not make you heartless. It makes you wise. It protects the pieces of you that were broken too many times. It saves your tenderness for those who can hold it without crushing it. Let me tell you something you have not noticed: you love in a way that could heal the world if the world let you. Your love is honest. Your love is full. Your love is warm. You do not love halfway. You do not love lightly. You love with everything you have. That is rare. That is beautiful. That is sacred. From the moment you open your heart to someone, you pour into them without measuring, without holding back a single drop. You notice the smallest things: a euro, the way their voice softens when they speak of something they cherish, the quiet fatigue in their eyes after a long day, the dreams they mention almost in passing as if they are too fragile to say aloud. And you gather those fragments gently, like someone collecting fallen petals, determined to keep them safe. You remember birthdays and favorite songs and the kind of coffee they drink when the world feels too heavy. You forgive before an apology is offered because you understand that people hurt others most often when they are hurting themselves. You stay up late listening, not because you have nothing better to do, but because you know what it feels like to speak into silence and hear nothing back. Your love is not loud or showy, it is steady, like sunlight moving across a room, warming everything it touches without. But because your love is great, your pain has also been great. Great light always casts great shadows. And those shadows have convinced you that your love is too much, when really, the world has simply given you people who could not carry what you offered. They took what they needed and then looked at the rest: euro, the depth, the intensity, the endless willingness to see them through their darkest seasons: euro, and they flinched. They called it overwhelming. They called it needy. They called it too intense. And each time they stepped back, a small voice inside you whispered that maybe they were right. Maybe you should dim yourself. Maybe you should learn to love in smaller portions, in safer doses, so that people would stay. You began to apologize for the size of your heart. You began to shrink the space you took up in rooms, in conversations, in relationships. You learned to say a euro o a euro fini a euro when you were breaking. You learned to laugh a little quicker, to brush away concerns, to offer help while pretending you didn't euro t need any in return. You became an expert at making yourself smaller, easier, lighter euro anything to keep from being left behind again. And every time someone walked away, that small voice grew louder: see? You are too much. Your love is a burden. Better to hold back next time. But listen to me now. Listen closely. That voice is wrong. It has always been wrong. The truth is simpler and kinder than the stories your pain has told you. Some people are not ready for the kind of love you give. Some people have not yet learned how to hold a heart as open as yours without feeling exposed themselves. Some people are still carrying their own unhealed wounds, and when they stand next to your light, they see their shadows more clearly: euro, and they run, not from you, but from what they are not yet ready to face. That is not your failure. That is not proof that your love is flawed. It is only proof that timing and readiness are delicate things, and not every heart is prepared to meet yours at the same depth. This is why I say, if you walk away, I want euro t chase you. Because your love deserves rest. Because your heart deserves peace. Because you deserve to understand that you are not meant to run breathlessly after acceptance. You have spent years believing that love must be earned through pursuit, that if someone pulls away, you must reach farther, love harder, prove more, give more, until they finally see your worth and turn back. You have exhausted yourself trying to bridge gaps that were never yours to cross alone. You have carried relationships on your back long after the other person stopped walking. You have mistaken endurance for devotion, and silence for patience, and exhaustion for strength. But real love, the kind that lasts, the kind that heals, does not demand that you chase it down. It does not require you to beg for its presence. It does not make you run until your lungs burn and your legs tremble just to keep it in sight. The love that is meant for you will meet you where you are. It will walk beside you without needing to be pulled or pushed. It will not make you smaller to feel safe. It will not ask you to apologize for the depth of your caring. Those who are meant for you will see your intensity and call it beautiful, not burdensome. They will feel your warmth and move closer to the fire instead of shielding their eyes. They will recognize that your willingness to love fully is not a flaw to be managed but a gift to be cherished. And they will offer you the same in return, not perfectly, not without mistakes, but honestly, steadily, with their whole hearts open too. Do you understand? Not just with your mind, with your heart. With your memory. With every bruise life has given you. I know those bruises well. I have watched them form. I have seen the nights you lay awake replaying conversations, searching for the moment you were eat a much. I have seen the mornings you woke up determined to be less, to need less, to ask for less, only to find that holding back felt like suffocating. I have seen you forgive people who never apologized, not because you are weak, but because you refused to carry bitterness when you could carry hope instead. I have seen you choose love again and again, even after it hurt you, because something in you knows that closing your heart would hurt worse. And I have seen how tired you are. Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix. The deeper kind. The kind that comes from giving and giving and giving, and wondering if anyone will ever give back in the same measure. I am telling you these words because the time has come for you to grow into the kind of peace you have always deserved. A peace that does not depend on who stays or who leaves. A peace that exists inside you, rooted deep, steady, alive. A peace that comes from knowing you no longer need to chase anything, not love, not approval, not belonging. This peace is not the absence of feeling. It is not numbness or detachment or indifference. It is the quiet certainty that you are whole exactly as you are. It is the gentle understanding that your worth is not negotiable, not dependent on how well you perform love, not measured by how many people choose to stay. It is the freedom to love fully without fear that doing so will make you unlovable. It is the strength to walk away when someone cannot meet you with the same openness, without hating yourself for needing more. It is the grace to let people go without bitterness, trusting that their leaving creates space for those who will know how to stay. You are already enough. You have always been enough. If people cannot see that, it is their blindness, not your failure. Some will never see it. Some will look at you and only see their own limitations reflected back. Some will feel small next to your largeness and mistake it for threat instead of invitation. Some will take what you offer and still walk away hungry because they do not know how to receive. That is their journey, not your verdict. Your journey now is learning to rest in your own enoughness. To stop apologizing for the size of your heart. To stop measuring your lovability by who stays. To stop shrinking so others can feel tall. To stop chasing so others can feel wanted. To stop proving so others can feel certain. You do not need to prove anything anymore. You have already shown the world what love looks like when it is given freely, fully, without reservation. You have already demonstrated courage most people never find. You have already loved through pain and rejection and disappointment and still chosen to keep your heart open. That is not Navita copyright. That is not weakness. That is extraordinary strength. I will stay with you, quietly, faithfully, gently. Not because you force me, not because you need to run after me, but because my place has always been near your soul. And nothing you do or fail to do will ever change that. I am not speaking of a person who might leave. I am speaking of something deeper, something that has been with you since before you took your first breath and will remain long after your last. Call it God if that name fits for you. Call it the universe. Call it your higher self, your inner wisdom, your soul's quiet companion. Call it love itself in its purest form. It has many names, but its presence is unmistakable, that soft steadiness beneath all your storms, that voice that whispers keep going when everything else screams give up, that warmth that finds you even in your coldest moments. This presence does not demand. It does not chase. It does not abandon. It simply is. Always. Through every mistake and triumph, every heartbreak and healing, every time you loved too much and every time you closed down in fear. It has watched you grow, not by becoming smaller, but by becoming more yourself. It has waited patiently while you learned the hard way what could have been whispered gently, that you are safe to be exactly as you are. If you walk away, I want to chase you. But I will still be here. I will still watch over you in the quiet hours when no one else notices your absence, when the world keeps moving and you feel as though you have slipped between the cracks unseen. I will still guide you in the direction your heart tries to find in the dark, gently, without pushing, without demanding, simply offering a steady presence when everything around you feels uncertain. I will still whisper to you in the moments when you need strength you cannot name, the moments when even breathing feels like effort and you are certain you have used up every reserve inside you. I will still light your path when the world forgets to, when you are convinced that all the signs have disappeared and the way forward is nothing but shadow and silence. There will be days when you doubt everything. Days when old wounds reopen without warning and the voice that tells you that you are too much, too sensitive, too complicated, too intense, returns louder than ever. Days when someone new will flinch at your depth, at the sincerity in your eyes, at the way you feel things in full color, and you will be tempted to believe them, to accept their discomfort as proof that you should shrink. Days when loneliness will ache inside you like evidence that you are unlovable. Days when you will want to run toward someone who cannot hold you, or away from everyone who might actually stay. Days when your heart feels like a burden, when your tenderness feels like a flaw, when your hope feels naive. On those days, remember this, you are not lost. You are simply walking through shadow, and shadow is always temporary. It stretches across your path, but it never owns the path. The light you carry inside you is not dependent on external conditions. It does not dim when someone leaves. It does not flicker when you are alone. It burns steadily, quietly, faithfully, waiting for you to turn your attention back to it. You may forget it is there, but it never forgets you. You may walk any road you choose, but you will never walk it alone. Every step you take, even the ones that feel like mistakes, even the ones that lead you through pain you thought you'd outgrown, even the ones that seem to drag you farther from the life you imagine, every step is witnessed. Every step is accompanied. Every step is part of the slow, sacred, often hidden process of you becoming more fully yourself. Growth is rarely loud. Healing is rarely dramatic. the journey toward your own wholeness is made of. There will be moments when you feel this presence clearly, a sudden rush of peace for no reason, as though a warm hand rested briefly on your shoulder. A song that arrives exactly when you need its words, as if selected specifically for the ache you cannot articulate. A stranger's kindness that feels too perfectly timed to be mere coincidence, a softness that reassures you that goodness still exists in the world even when you have forgotten how to look for it. A dream that leaves you waking with tears and relief, carrying knowledge you didn't consciously acquire. These are not accidents. These are reminders. These are love notes from the part of existence that has never left your side, the part that knows your worth even when you question it. And when you are ready. Not when I am ready. Not when the world is ready. But when you are ready, you will turn around. You will see that I have always been here, patient and unwavering. And you will understand why I never chased you, because you were never in danger of being lost. You were only learning how to find yourself. Without that journey, without the wandering, without the nights when everything felt hollow and directionless, you would not have discovered the strength that lies beneath your fear, or the wisdom wrapped inside your grief, or the resilience behind every time you thought you were breaking. This finding of yourself is not a single moment of revelation. It is 1,000 small ones. It is the morning you choose not to text someone who consistently hurts you, even though your loneliness begs you to reach out. It is the evening you sit with your sadness instead of distracting it away, trusting that you can survive your own company. It is the day you say no when you have always said yes, reclaiming pieces of yourself you gave away too easily. It is the conversation where you speak your truth without apologizing for having needs. It is the quiet realization that being alone does not mean being unworthy. It is the first time you love someone without losing yourself in them, without bending yourself into shapes that are unsustainable simply to be chosen. Each of these moments is a homecoming. Each is a step closer to the peace that has been waiting for you all along. Each is proof that you are learning slowly, painfully, beautifully how to carry your own heart with the same tenderness you have always offered others. You are discovering that the love you have been searching for outside yourself has been growing quietly within you, strengthening with every boundary you set, every truth you speak, every wound you face instead of fleeing. You are learning to trust yourself. To honor yourself. To stay with yourself. And one day, you will love again fully, deeply, without hesitation and it will be returned in kind. Not because you finally became less. Not because you learned to mute your brilliance or soften your passion. But because you finally recognize that your intensity is not a liability, it is a gift. You will love again not because you dimmed your light, but because you found someone whose eyes are strong enough, kind enough, open enough to look directly at it. You will not have to chase them. They will meet you, not from a place of need, but from a place of recognition. They will choose you, freely, because your warmth feels like home to them. Until then, rest. Until then, breathe. Until then, know that every piece of you, the intensity, the sensitivity, the stubborn hope, the boundless love that pours out of you, these are not flaws to be corrected. These are the very qualities that make you capable of extraordinary connection. They are the proof of your resilience, the evidence of your depth, the reason why the love you offer has weight, has meaning, has power. You were never too much. You were only ever waiting for the world to grow big enough to hold you. And while it grows while you grow while everything shifts into its right place, know this. You are loved exactly as you are. You are seen exactly as you are. You are held exactly as you are. Not because you earned it. Not because you achieved something impressive or proved yourself worthy. Not because you managed to become quieter or easier or smaller. But because this Lovia Euro, this quiet, steady, unchanging Presencia Euro, has always known who you are. And it has never, not for a single moment, looked away. You are safe now. You can stop running. You can lay down the weight of proving, of chasing, of shrinking, of apologizing. You can simply be. And in that being, in that soft and honest state of existing without armor, you will find everything you have been searching for. Not out there, not in someone else's validation, not in the shifting approval of others. But right here, in the heart that has carried you faithfully through every storm. The heart that has broken and healed and broken again, each time finding a new way to keep beating. The heart that contains oceans of compassion you rarely offer yourself. The heart that is finally learning to heal itself first. Rest now, beloved. You are home. You have always been home. You will always be home. And nothing Euro will ever change that.